My gosh. Well, it's been a thing. I think there's something that happens to you when you go back in time. Like, I've traveled to Hawaii so many times, and I've traveled to other places so many times, but never have I traveled somewhere and have been in the air flying for like 24 hours,
Close to
and
it.
I arrive home 3 hours later than I left.
It's crazy. Yeah, we were flying
It's weird.
14 hours into the future, then 14 hours back. So yeah, we went to the bottom line. If you're most of you are in the know who are here in the chat, we spent about 12-ish days in Japan, and we came back like Tuesday night. We were back home, and here it is Sunday. You know, you'd think we'd be, but we're still like feeling the effects of that whole trip.
It's a very interesting experience, and so I encourage everyone to get outside of your home country and travel
Yep.
and go places that are different. You know, like we're in the United States, so don't go to Canada because Canada is just more of the same. Go somewhere where the culture is different, the people are different. You have it just gives you a whole different experience of our human family. Oh my gosh, and they're so amazing and so beautiful. So this episode is dedicated to peace.
To Japan, we're going to be talking about that. You know, we were there on a Peace Week mission. In a little while, we're going to be showing you actually photos and detailing some of our adventures. Got some videos. Got a lovely hula that Pooki danced at the foot of Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji and in Hiroshima.
Yeah, well, we got the videos just from Mount Fuji, but she also danced that also at Hiroshima because there's
Wow.
an interesting relationship between Hawaii and Japan, you know, yeah, we went to Tokyo, Mount Fuji, Hiroshima, and we ended up in Yokohama. So all that and more is coming up as we adjust back to life in the United States.
Is there any adjusting back to life?
Let's get cranked up with our theme song, shall we?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, when I wake up in the morning,
Oh.
I feel so grateful.
I'm feeling so grateful today.
When I wake up in the morning, I feel so alive. When I wake up in the morning, I feel the spirit. Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I'm here to thrive.
Sing along.
So I wake up every day. Wake up, this is what I say. Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, and I'm free to be me.
Oh yeah, I gotta go get something.
Go get something. And I'm going to say hi to some of the folks who are already active in the chat. Of course, Lisa Shepard, as always, is there. We got Deanne and Crystal and Mario watching over on Facebook. Joe Mitchell's in the house. Debbie Chester. Pamela is with us. Cherie, Carrie. Oh, my God. So good to have all you back again with us as we have coming back. We got Beatrice there. Yay, from Croatia. Mary Lou is watching and joining us here. Jennifer Nickel was early on here in the comments. I saw some of the first before we even went live. We were a few minutes late there, so apologize for that. But, you know, blame it on jet lag, right? So we got a lot to share with you here. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe, about, even Canada is very different, especially when you go into I've never been to Montreal, but in those French-speaking areas. Crystal mentioned that she just went to the UK and Scotland, and you took a week to recover. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it if it took us two weeks to fully get back in the groove of things. So Pooki is off grabbing something important, I'm sure, but things that are coming up. We got some songs to play. Got some things to share with you.
Yeah.
Are you ready to do your opening centering thing, or do you got other stuff you're going to talk about?
Oh no. Yeah, no, let's do this.
All right, so
This is one of my favorite moments.
Let's get synchronized, shall we?
Let's
this out of the way.
synchronize that guitar.
There we go. And the pick still in the strings.
Oh, how good it is to gather in spaces like this where we get to open up our hearts one to another, tap into that infinite space of divine wisdom, that which lives within us, this essence of love that is leading and guiding and inspiring every moment. If we only allow. So right now, I'm inviting you to allow the energy of your heart to come forth and to be present in a big way in this moment right now as we gather together in this moment right now, in this infinite, eternal now moment, this ever-expanding now. And we bring our love into the awareness of all that is, and we amplify this love from within us. And we recognize that we are beacons of love, we are beacons of light, and that we move and have our being on this beautiful Mother Earth as these beings of love and light that have the beautiful expression of love in the world as we are moving into times which need so much love, so much love, so much love. Can you feel that? Can you feel there's so much love that's needed right now? Can you feel that so much love coming from within you, within the center of your very own being? So much love. You are that. You're that love. You're that love. You are the answer. You're the healer. This love within you. All you have to do is remember who you are. So in this moment right now, we remember that we are the love and the light. And we radiate this love and light out into the world to all beings everywhere, through all time and space, known and unknown. We shine our love light out for all beings everywhere. Our love knows no boundaries. Our love knows no condition. Our love just is. It is the healing vibration of all that is. And we allow this love to emerge from within us, cascading out into the infinite space, this field of divine intelligence. We allow our love to go every place where love is needed right now. All the places where peace is not present. We bring our love there. We embrace in this moment all of those who are in need of love right now, right now. Embrace, embrace, embrace. And we know that our love is powerful, and our intentions of bringing love together in this now moment have impacted our world in dynamic ways we will never understand. Because we're kind of limited in our mind, but who we are is so much more. All right, give your heart a little love, 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 love. Lovey, 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 love in your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. And so it is. So it is. Wow.
So it is.
So today is a day unlike any other day. Today is a day when we focus on peace. We just went through a whole experience of being in Japan for a week. And we were in Japan during Peace Week. So there is the International Day of Peace, which when we were in Japan, I think it was on Sunday, but then in the United States it was on Saturday. It was a little confusing. Anyhow, the International Day of Peace was a big day. It was a big peace day. And in Japan, we received these little origami dolls, these May Peace Prevail on Earth dolls. And these dolls are made with the intention of spreading peace throughout the world. And that's not precious. And these are gifted to us. And it says here that this beautiful handmade paper doll is made of 100-year-old paper.
Wow. I didn't know that.
100 years old. So these are all handmade, handcrafted, these beautiful dolls with so much intentions for peace. And as you can see here, love and peace from Hiroshima, August the 6th, 2024. The peace crane, which is a symbol of peace for the Japanese people. Yeah, let's see if you can see that. And this was our last stop, was in Hiroshima. And the crane was actually created by this young girl. She was a survivor of Hiroshima, and she went on to make cranes as a symbol of peace for many years. She did die, however, when she was still young. And there is a monument dedicated to her in Hiroshima. And there's a bell, which children come and ring the bell. And I don't remember her name at this moment. However, cranes are a symbol of peace to the Japanese people. And there were cranes. We made some cranes while we were there, and they were actually installed at this monument in these little rooms where people come and they hang their peace cranes. So peace cranes from all over the world are hanging in these little glass rooms there in Hiroshima as an effort, one of many around the world that stand for and represent peace. There were so many things that we did on this journey that were really powerful and incredible. And just all what I want you to know, the thing that I want you to know more than anything about what we just did was that there are so many organizations, grassroots organizations, large organizations, so many organizations all over and even people, just people, peace-loving people all over the world that are activated during this time, this International Day of Peace, leading up to that Peace Week. Here at Unity Earth, we do 99 days of peace through unity, and that goes from World Unity Week all the way until Peace Week. There's 99 days between those two events, and we celebrate that. So many things all over the world. So when you look out at the world and all you see is war and threats and all this negative destruction in our world, I want you to know that there are hundreds, thousands of people gathered together that are praying for peace, that not only are praying for peace, but are actually taking action towards peace. They're coming up with solutions, with ways that we can come together. How can we come together at the table to create peace on earth? What does that look like? That is a big conversation. And that was some of what we encountered while we were gone in Japan. We sat in Tokyo in a convergence with Japanese people, Japanese leaders in this area of peace. And we came as delegates from all over the world representing peace. and we had a conversation, believe it or not, 2 different countries, 2 different languages. We had a conversation around peace about what does it look like? How can we make an impact for peace on our planet? What are some of the things that we can do? And together we came up with, I think it was 7 different points that were really important that we could actually start moving toward in our direction towards peace. Right, babe? You were there.
I was there.
You want to share some? I've been talking a lot.
Well, I haven't. We're going to show a lot of photos later.
Okay.
In which case, I would. Yeah, we're kind of. That's fine to talk about it now. But yeah, I'll chime in when I have the photos and videos to share.
Okay.
I just want to acknowledge some of the people that have joined us in the chat. We got Jay Marie there, Jan Christine, Lynette Evans, Dorley, Dot Maver. Right
Hello,
there,
Dot.
who we was part of our group on the peace mission.
Yes, I got to meet Dot Maver. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. There were so many amazing things about this trip. For me, a lot of it was meeting people that I have been with for a long time, like in the Zoom room and stuff like that. But then actually getting the opportunity to meet them was just beyond the beyond.
Unity Earth, the Ben Bowler and Unity Earth, who organized the whole thing with help. They have weekly Zoom calls on Wednesdays that Pooki attends as often as she can. And so, you get to know a lot of these people in their little Zoom boxes, but to meet them in person is really cool.
Yeah, and then they do major events throughout the year. Dot hosts the Global Silent Minute, and that is all around peace. And sounds the bell every day. And all around the world, people are holding the energy and the essence of peace on our planet. And that is something that she does. And, it might seem like, it's just sounding a bell. And it's so significant. It matters. The intention behind why the bell is rung, the prayers that go with the ringing of the bell, that moment of silence that we all take as we envision a world filled with peace. And so I want you to know that there are peace stewards all over the planet who are anchoring, not just on Peace Day, not just on the international, every day Dot is ringing that bell. Every day peace is being honored in the world. By many, 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 many people. I want you to know that. I just want you to know that. Know that. Oh my gosh. And we just came out of a huge wave of it. Wow.
Also want to acknowledge that Anella is here watching over on
Anella!
Facebook.
I'll see Anella soon.
Francois is joining us on YouTube. I think I mentioned Jacqueline earlier, but in case not, I mentioned her again. Who else is here?
Oh, well, Cherie, we're sending you our love. Cherie's having some health challenges right now.
That's right. Eileen is here, your number one blonde realtor.
I love it.
Again, who else is in the house here? So thank you all for being here. Thank you for commenting. Let's see here. Do you want to play a song?
Sure.
You ready to do this one here?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the only, maybe it might be the only live song that we play. We've got videos of other stuff that we're going to share with you too. So, all right.
See my T-shirt?
Make peace prevail. May peace prevail on earth, which is a phrase
May
that was coined.
Peace prevail on earth. Yes, this is a message that was coined by the Sanji family, and this comes from a long history of May Peace Prevail on Earth. This organization, the May Peace Prevail on Earth, this foundation was in response to Hiroshima. And this was a whole initiative that was set forward that Hiroshima would never happen again. And so we were able to spend some amazing time in the Goi Foundation at the foot of Mount Fuji. This is where I purchased this shirt, May Peace Prevail on Earth. And this just signifies the power of peace on our planet and calling forth peace now. Now. Okay, ready, babe?
Let's play it. Here we go. First song in a while.
Oh, I need my drum. I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. As my feet touch the earth, I look to the sky. The sun on my face, I feel so alive. Wind in my hair, all around me, inviting the trees to come dance with me. Whoa, I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. On the wing of a prayer, I soar up so high, an eagle in flight in the infinite sky. The higher I soar, the more I can see the beauty of all life reflected as me. Whoa, I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free.
We are one.
As we come alive.
We are one.
As we touch the sky.
We are one.
As we fly so high with spirit.
We are one.
As we come alive.
We are one.
As we touch the sky.
We are one.
As we fly so high with spirit. Whoa, I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. I am one with spirit, and spirit's one with me. I am one with spirit, and now I'm flying free. 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 That's right. Now I'm flying free.
Are you flying free?
I am.
All right. That was so cool.
All right. Is it okay?
I'm just going to check in with some comments here.
I am flying free. I am flying free. Now I'm flying free.
Thank you,
One with
Jennifer.
spirit. We are always one with spirit. I love that song too.
Thank you for the kind words, Jennifer. Appreciate that. People are sending some healing energy to Cherie.
I know.
Who's doing?
Oh my
Got
goodness.
some stuff going on. But she's
Well, let's send healing energy to anybody who has any stuff going on, because I'm sure there's more. Right? Right, Bob?
right, Bob. Yeah, we both have stuff going on. There's more than just jet lag happening here. Stuff going on.
Right? Right.
So yeah, so send some healing energy to us, to me.
Well, actually, yeah, we when you travel, your body goes through just different stresses, things that you're not accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, right, traveling, we were moving. I'm telling you what, it was it was we did a lot. We stirred up a lot of energy just in our moving alone. The things that we did in Tokyo, in Mount Fuji, in Hiroshima, visiting the temples, all the prayers, all the ceremonies,
Stayed in 4 different hotels.
all the convergences,
Yeah.
all the people, all the events. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Wow. And we were just one of many, many, many groups all over the world. Even in our own circles, we had events in San Francisco and New York, big events, and and then also events happening in The Hague in Europe. Big events.
Big events. Lisa posted a link to our music there if you're interested in hearing more, catching our stuff from different parts around the internet. Or Keone there. He's licking on his paw a lot. BobBakerInspiration.com/music is where you can learn more about our music there. Let's see here. Lisa says, dance time, y'all. Get up and move those bodies for the earlier song. Someone likes your, I forgot your name there, number 1 realtor. That's right. I had it, but, after Japan, I lost a little.
Juliet.
Just Juliet? Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
She has it at the end of her.
Oh, okay. Maybe I missed that.
Just remember Romeo, honey.
Romeo. That's it.
That'll be it. That'll be the thing that. Remember that?
Debbie's.
Isn't she beautiful?
Oh, okay. We're doing 2 different things here. Are you talking about that?
We're always doing 2
Oh, yeah.
different things, babe.
Debbie's sending love and peace to everyone. Let's see. So, all right. I love the work y'all do in the world to make the world a better place. Thank you.
That's all of us. Everybody.
We're all doing that.
Yep. If you're loving your life, then you're doing it. You're creating peace on earth. If you are, like all the little things matter.
Tiffany's here.
I love
So
it.
beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
I love it. I love that Tiffany's here. I love that all of you are here. I love that we're streaming live on Facebook. Hi, my Facebook family. And
and FYI, if you're watching on Facebook and you're unable to leave a comment, it's because Pooki only limits her comments to people who are friends, and so that means that you just haven't connected as a friend yet. And so, but if you want to leave a comment, come over and to her YouTube channel. There should be a link, I think in the
if there isn't a link
in the description.
in the description,
There
Lisa
is.
will put one in the comments, I'm sure.
Yeah, so come over on YouTube. That's where we're actually trying to get as much traffic as possible here over on Pooki's channel. And over on my channel, on my affirmations channel, I'm now like 1,500 subscribers away from 400,000. So I'll be hitting that in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to do some kind of celebration. Who knows? Maybe we'll be close to there next Sunday or the Sunday after for sure. And hopefully, look, I'm eyeing the calendar to maybe even have a little live event in St. Louis to celebrate. So wouldn't that be fun? Yes, indeed. Hopefully, we'll be recuperated by then. So we are. We always like to celebrate those of you who are just. Those of you who just show up, especially first timers. Anybody celebrating a birthday
Anybody
within the
here
last
for the first time?
couple of weeks? Yeah, anybody here for the first time? You're celebrating a birthday. Actually, we're gonna talk about this earlier, but I have a different video clip to celebrate.
No way.
It's actually from Japan. I'm skipping ahead. When we get to the photos part of this, the slideshow, it's going to be in chronological order. So we're going to get from when we arrived in Tokyo and go through all the different places. I'm going to jump ahead to when we were at Mount Fuji. And there was this event where hundreds of locals came to this celebration. It was like a little outdoor concert that a lot of the people we were traveling with performed at. Pooki did a wonderful hula that I'll show later. But this is the greeting that we had. There was a procession when our delegation or whatever entered the grounds to go to this tent where they had us set up on, and this is the greeting that we got, and we want to share it with you. And this is our way of celebrating you too. So, you ready for this? This was pretty cool. It's very short. And actually, this was just like I was walking across the front of the thing, and then when we walked down the aisles, they're all reaching out and we're like shaking hands and all. It felt like we were celebrities. It was a really cool greeting. But You're ready for that? I guess I need to find it. Where it is? Here we go. What? Nope, that's not it. Here we go. Here we go. Ready and.
10カ国を代表してます。
That was just a small part of it. I didn't want to videotape the whole time because I wanted to experience it and be present, and
But that was
with them.
crazy.
Yeah, I had no idea that was going to be happening. So,
Well, it's interesting because it's a way of receiving people. So when I went to South America, it was the same. When we would meet like the South, when we would meet the delegates of the South, they would greet us in that way. I think I don't know. It's a very interesting celebration of union, of coming together. Right? And you saw it, like that was us arriving, but also for a moment there I thought you were going to show a video of all of the people at Mount Fuji saying goodbye to us as we were leaving in the bus. And that's where, there's 20 or 30 people that are standing outside of our bus waving goodbye to us. And it's that same, they were there when we arrived, right? When the bus came, there was already a whole group of people that were greeting us, waving at the bus, ready to receive us. And this was something, there were so many little things that was like, wow. So many little things that came to me that really, really felt very special. And that was one of them, the way that we were received when we would arrive somewhere and how we were, how when we departed, how we were,
well, it's
sent off. Yeah.
It's interesting because generally speaking, the Japanese culture is very subdued. So like Americans tend to be very loud and kind of boisterous in comparison. So actually, when you're just like walking around the streets of a city on your own, just with locals going about their business, people actually don't acknowledge you. They don't make eye contact. They just look down. There's no like, hey, how you doing? Or no nodding or anything. It's just everybody's in their own world. So that's very different for me because usually in the U.S. at least sometimes when you pass somebody in a park, you'll at least like nod or hey, hi, hello, but they don't. I didn't find them doing that. But in the hospitality business, or when they're expecting you, they go overboard in service and friendliness. So yeah, it was interesting pulling up in our buses to these hotels, and they're all waving. And when you leave, they wave, and they keep waving until you're literally out of sight. I mean, we were like, quarter of a mile down the road, and I'm looking back, and they're still waving. You got to be like out of sight before they'll stop. And so when they're expecting you, or then they'll celebrate you. So I don't know. It's a little bit of it's different. And so many people in Japan wear black and white. Again, there's not a whole lot of flashy colors. And they're very they're on task. They move very quickly to the wherever they're going.
There's no meandering.
Yeah. So it's an interesting culture. Yeah.
It is. There's no meandering, and people are moving quickly. Well, we watched them go to work. We sat in Yokohama at the coffee house on our last day, and we watched them at the train station, just moving across the courtyard. It's a lot of energy they're moving.
Right. I want to apologize to Crystal. She did the normal countdown for Studio B. We actually gave Studio B the week off. They
needed to clean the carpets.
Yeah, they needed to do some renovation.
Too many coffee spills.
Yeah, there's some renovation over there. So we used the Japan Studio C, Studio J. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So before we pull up the slideshow, quick announcement here for you, a little video clip of something exciting that's going on and which we've been talking about in recent weeks, and you'll be hearing a lot more about, but here's a little clip for you. Are you ready to stop the struggle and regain control of your life? Are you ready to find hope, confidence, clarity, peace, and a sense of empowerment? I want to remind you to take a look at the new Personal Transformation Matrix program I created with my wife, Pooki Lee. This powerful 3-step process is designed to give you quick results to easily fit into your busy schedule and to create lasting change that will have your friends and family asking, "What happened to you? I've never seen you so energized." Learn more and register at bobbakerinspiration.com. It's a quick little promo for a program that I think is good, is very powerful. 2 years in the making, edited together in a lot of different videos that Pooki and I have done over the last 2 years.
Oh my gosh, are you ready?
Into a course. And here's the deal. So this is a course that you can sign up for. Oh, and by the way, Tiffany celebrating her 44th birthday this Wednesday while she's in Mexico. I just wanted to acknowledge that. All right.
Going to Mexico.
It's so you can sign up for this right now. It's a self-study, self-paced course. You sign up and you can dive right in and at your own pace go through these simple 3-step process: heal, activate, and connect. We've been talking about that a lot over the last couple of years. We're here. It's in these highly edited down to the basics of what you need to get out of the program with worksheets and all kinds of stuff. So you can do it on your own. But what I'm planning to do is sometime a little bit later in October, I'll be announcing this. I just don't have the date set or where we're going to start it. We're going to do what's called a cohort version of it, where for 30 days we're going to move through it together. But you don't have to wait to sign up. You can sign up now and start diving in, and then do it together when we do that, like late October. I definitely want it to wrap up before Thanksgiving, so like a week or two before Thanksgiving, it'll wrap up. So we just need to look at the calendar when we can focus on it, pick a date to do that version of it. But find out more at bobbakerinspiration.com. And again, you don't have to wait till the cohort version starts. You can jump in there now. Elizabeth McDougall is in the house. We got Tinica here as well. See if any other folks have joined us. Juniper Tree. Carrie is here. All right,
Well, hello, Elizabeth McDougall. How are you?
Hey there.
Somebody I haven't talked to in forever.
All right. So I'm going to what I'm going to need to do here is take a moment. Maybe you can cover for me while I'm doing this, Pooki. I need to hook up my phone so that I have the slideshow running from my phone. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to have to. So yeah, I've got photos in chronological order. Trust his computer. No. Is it gonna show up? Oh, here we go. A second. I got to do all these like permission-based things.
Oh, he's doing it.
And it's not showing up yet. Okay, because that's the only way we're gonna make this happen is if this shows up on my.
Oh well, this totally might not happen.
It's quite often the first time I do it, it has some kind of an issue.
Yeah,
but
so
let's,
we're just gonna make our way through. Well, I have, you know what? I can totally cover this moment.
Just yeah.
So as I was saying, last week we spent 10 days, 12 days in Japan. 8 of those days were spent with Unity Earth, and we were traveling, and we were offering prayers and ceremonies. We had 51 delegates from around the world that were traveling with us. And we went to these very specific sites for these very specific reasons, to hold ceremony, offer prayers, bring our intention, our awareness, grow and learn. How can we be better peacekeepers? I actually had the privilege of being in the presence of people who have been doing this work for decades. Mm-hmm. Like, these are the real OGs, man. These are the ones that have been fighting for peace since the 70s. That's a long time. That's 50 years. Wow. I mean, iconic. Mm-hmm. And you would never know their names. You would never know unless you were in the peace world. You would never know who these people are because they don't make the headlines. But what they are doing is worthy of headlines. You need to know who these people are. I wish I had a list of all the people, so I could read off their names. Maybe we do. Oh, I can
No, I
show
don't.
you a thing.
So are you ready to go to photos, or are you looking for something there first?
No, I'm taking up time. If you're ready,
I'm
go.
ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
So I've got the chronological order. These are just things from my phone. Pookie has separate photos. Maybe she'll pull some up and we'll share them with you next week. So here, basically this is my that. Why is that sideways? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that's sideways. Okay. Okay. But that's just like a little in the airplane. You know, when you're taking that first 10-hour flight from we flew from St. Louis to San Francisco. This is not even halfway through the flight from San Francisco to Tokyo, and they have that little monitor. You have the little screen in front of you to watch movies and stuff, but you can see where the plane is. So I just took that as a little reference. We're on our way. The first long flight. This is us actually after we landed in Tokyo. Had to get in front of the Hello Kitty sign.
I love it. And we both have Hawaiian T-shirts on.
That's right. Yeah.
Aloha grown, and you have Hokulani. Yep.
So that's what this. We're still
We just got
early
there.
in our adventure.
Early in our adventure. We have no idea what's
We
in
have
store.
no idea what the heck.
None.
And also, we should note that we came out 2 days before the event officially started, and we stayed an extra 2 days at the end. So the majority of it, we
Right.
were with the group, but we were on our own these first 2 days and the last 2 days. So we were there like a total of 12-ish days, I think. And then, so here we are. Okay, so this is our
Mount
first.
Fuji.
We stayed at a hotel in Tokyo, and so there was a restaurant on the 40th floor of that hotel, and it was the first time I got a glimpse of Mount Fuji in the distance. All right, and so I had Fuji, but it's an amazing sight. There's more of that coming up here.
Oh yeah, like that's your first glimpse.
We stayed at place called the New Otani Hotel, and they had these lovely this garden that had been there. It was like for 400 years.
400 years.
And they built, the hotel and things around it over the centuries or whatever. But they've
Right.
kept this kind of garden intact. So that was a lovely photo I thought that we took there, right in the middle of a very busy city. But
Very nice. Yes, right in the middle of the largest city in the world. We were in the largest city in the world. It's huge. Tokyo is huge.
and we only saw a fraction of it.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. I
Well,
wanted to take Bob up into Tokyo Tower so he could see how big it's unbelievable.
Oh, one thing that I was not expecting. I knew I had checked the weather, and I knew it was going to be warm in Japan. And I don't know if it was unseasonably warm for September.
I don't know.
But with the exception of the last 2 days that we were there before we came back, it was really hot and humid. I mean, I'm used to hot and humid in St. Louis in July and August, but this was like, I don't know, another level. I never sweat so much. And so it actually was debilitating. It kept us from doing things. You can only be out so long during the day, and it's really
Soaking wet.
yeah. And so that was another thing to struggle to deal with or work with as we went through this journey.
So hot.
So it limited us to, in the
So-
afternoon, it's like, I'm staying in the air. I can't go out there
Yeah,
for
so
very
that
long.
photo of us in the garden, that was at 6 o'clock in the morning because
Yeah.
by 10 o'clock you couldn't be out there.
Here's some friends. You got-
Our friends Summer and John Raymer.
That's in the hotel there.
I love that. That's
Oh,
when they
I
first
see
arrived.
there's Ben and a table full of folks in the background there.
Yeah, our peeps in the back.
Probably one of our first mornings there.
It was our first morning there.
Having breakfast. So let's see here. There's some other folks here.
Kristen and Quajo.
Yeah, Quajo's from Ghana, and he, I got to know him, and we performed a little song there in Kristen.
Yeah. We all sang a song, 99 Days of Peace Through Unity.
And that's Omashar there, another musician who came along on the trip, and he had the added thing. He had to travel with a keyboard, which really, yeah. So. Anyway, that was great. That's so early on in the adventure we're gathering, and so this was like the first night when people started gathering. We went to a local restaurant there, and that was a lot of fun.
That was our first night. Everybody's getting some food. We're welcoming in
Had some
all of our delegates.
had some Japanese beer.
Yeah, Japanese beer.
There's Ben Bowler there in the stripes who's standing up, leaning over with his mug.
He's the executive director of Unity Earth.
Yeah, he's kind of like the guy who spearheaded this whole thing.
He's yeah.
Um,
Ben and his mama comes. She's there, Joan.
yeah,
And there's the Biermans, Lisa and Brian.
yeah.
And we can see Bear.
So let's see. All right, and then when we moved to different locations and different hotels, we often took 2 buses. So this is just one shot that I took inside one of the buses with Pooki there. Who knows where we're headed to, but it's pretty early on in our adventure.
I'm probably headed to the Shinto temple.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think that is exactly it. So right in the middle of Tokyo, they created this park to preserve, and I don't know if they built it or preserve the Shinto temple, and that's probably next here. Oh yeah, I love this photo. It was when we arrived there at the temple. It was raining. It cleared up soon after, but I just grabbed this shot. It almost looks like a Renaissance painting or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, that rain actually saved us.
Oh, it cooled things off, yeah.
And the intense heat.
It did, yeah, the cloud cover. But the rain did clear up, and here there's a Shinto priest. Is it priest, I think? Yeah.
Yes, Shinto priest.
Who kind of gave us a tour of the place, and as part, a good chunk of our delegation there is there. And they're Pooki intently listening to him as I took a photo. And then there's just a shot of the part of the open grounds there. With some of our folks
Beautiful.
in the
So
background.
Shinto is not a religion. It is a lifestyle. It's a way of life. It's a way of living. And so it was really beautiful to be at the temple to listen to their ceremony. We had the opportunity to witness a Shinto dance performed by 2 beautiful women. It was a very powerful experience to be. The prayers are they're potent. Like, you might not be able to understand a word that they're saying, but you can feel the energy of them. Mm-hmm. And when you enter into these holy places, like even the trees, everything is like, it's just the divine, the presence of the divine is so palpable. It's everywhere. It's a beautiful experience.
Oh, this is at the hotel. So there was that's Uncle Wayne, right?
Uncle
Shane.
Uncle Shane.
And he's from
Australia.
He's an Aboriginal descendant, from Australia, and he brought his didgeridoo, which he played at many different events. But he was giving people like a little sound healing in the hotel there. There's Pooki soaking it up. He's got that.
Oh my gosh, that's an experience to have someone who actually knows what they're doing with the didgeridoo.
Yeah.
And then
he was good at it.
Offer this vibration, this expression to your spine is beyond the beyond.
Because you get like really low notes on there.
Oh yeah, no,
I guess that's what he was blasting at you there.
Yeah.
The people were lining up to do that. This is also in Tokyo. Who is that fella on the right there, Pooki?
This is Hiro Emoto. This is Masaru Emoto's son, and he is the one with messages and water. And I've done so many prayers with water. I've worked with the Water Peace Project and he's familiar with that project that Lindsay runs, and yeah, it was just an amazing opportunity. This was at the Tokyo Convergence, where they had all these amazing people.
Yeah, I think his father was Masaru Emoto. And he was the author of
Messages in Water.
The Hidden Messages in Water, and it was featured over 20 years ago in the movie What the Bleep.
Right.
And I spoke with him briefly. That's his son. His dad passed away in some recent years, or at some point, and he's carrying on his dad's tradition. But he said that movie really did put him on the map. Made him a lot more prominent with his message. Where basically they take was it Curlian photography, some kind of a special photography of crystals in water,
Right.
And when water is like spoken to, or has even love or peace written on the jar that it's in, or people speak positive words to it, it's much different than it's water that has had negative energy.
Right.
You can't see it with your eyes, but with this special microscopic photography, it shows the difference in the water. And that was kind of the basis of his work. Right, and so our bodies, the thing is, our bodies are what, 80% water or something,
Yeah.
right? And so,
Well,
yeah, that same
We're
principle
mostly water.
applies. We're mostly water, yeah.
and so all of that does apply. So the whole thing is that water is alive. Water is sentient. Water can feel and hear you. When we have love and appreciation towards water, it can be actually acknowledged in the molecular structure of water and how it changes. So that's a very, very powerful thing for us to understand, the power of our intentions when it comes to water, and our intentions when it comes to our own body. And there's so many things that taps into, but just beginning there, like the thoughts that we have, like thanking your water when you drink it, just begin with that. Just start to say thank you when you put water to your mouth. Thank the water when you're washing dishes. How about when you're taking a shower? Just thank the water. Just start to thank the water, because water has memory. Water can hear you. Actually, and if you begin to develop a relationship with water, like you begin to, like, let's just say I'm saying these things like water is sentient, water can hear you, you can have a relationship with water. If you really believe these things and you start treating water that way and you start thanking water, believe it or not, water will begin to talk to you. So water will talk to you. Seriously, I've had water talk to me on many occasions. I've had water tell me the stories of how water came to Earth. I had water tell me the story of water and the ancestors, all kinds of things. So there is definitely a relationship that you can have with water. Water isn't just a resource. Water isn't a commodity. Water is life. Water is life. So just as you saw Hiro Emoto in that photograph, when we went to the Tokyo Convergence, what they had done is that these are all of the Japanese delegates that came to be with us. So these Japanese, some of them are non-for-profit leaders, some of them are business leaders. These were all of the delegates that came and sat with us in the Tokyo Convergence. And we had these translators that we put on our head so we could understand them. So we had instant translation as they were speaking. It was really, really high tech. And we got the opportunity to come and to sit with all of these Japanese delegates that had traveled from all over the country to be with us, and to share with us their visions and what their contribution to peace on earth looks like. So as you can see, there's a lot of people here, right? A lot of people that came that value peace, that came and met with us to have conversations about what does peace look like moving forward. This is for real happening. This isn't just some, not that peace songs aren't important, but this just isn't a bunch of people in a conference room singing Kumbaya. These are people sitting down having conversations about what is it going to take? How is it that we can come together? How can we hold a world vision? I want you to know these things are happening all over the world. A lot of things like this just happened. A lot of treaties came into being over the last couple of weeks. Right, as we were moving into Peace Week, a lot of land was returned to indigenous cultures. So many things. It's hard for me to even name everything that we did on our trip. You know, like being able to even bring the significance of this, of peace cranes in Japan, the significance. Go and find out more about this story. Go and find out about this young girl. It's an amazing story. So many of things like this.
All right, let's go back to the photo slide there. And so next is this. I was just amazed. This is our. Oh, now we're moving on. Oh, that's right. So that was Tokyo. Now we're moving on to Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji.
And this is the restaurant that we had breakfast in every
day
morning.
while we were
And
there.
look at this view. So that's like, how often do you see a mountain is rising, in the near distance like that? That's Mount Fuji, and we're at this a hotel near it. And and they chose that because it's near the sanctuary where we spent a lot of time too. So that I just thought that was cool. I would never get tired of that view, no matter how many times we went down there.
You could never get close enough to it either.
Yeah.
It's like we always wanted to sit by the window. Didn't always happen. However, because we had to share. However, being able to see Mount Fuji every morning, just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. The power of the mountain. The power of the mountains. And I was just recently in Hawaii, and I was in Mauna Kea. And you know what? Just like the trees, these mountains communicate to one another. These mountains are connected one to another. They're communicating. So even as I was standing there with Mount Fuji, I was still feeling my mountain at home. My sacred mountain, Mauna Kea. My mountain. So this is a beautiful, beautiful... Mount Fuji, oh my. Mm-hmm. There's something about sentient beings like this. These are elders. These are nature elders in our community. These elders have seen a lot. They saw Hiroshima. They saw a lot.
Well, let's see here. And it's just a photo of
There's Ben and Nina.
Ben and Nina, who... They actually got engaged.
They got engaged.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. So that's Ben and Nina, his beloved.
I think this is out of order. I think that was taken actually toward the end of the trip, but
It was.
We got. I'm not sure how. I got a little.
They
out.
were coming into breakfast and we were leaving. That's how that happened.
That's right. Let's see here. Oh, this is a group photo that we took before we left Mount Fuji to head to Hiroshima, and that's the group outside the hotel with Mount Fuji in the background. And so that's the 51 people
delegates
from all over the world. There are people there in that group from Ecuador and Pakistan and India, all over Europe and Ghana, you name it, and there's probably someone representing
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, Australia.
As an ambassador from to the UN, I guess. People that who've had connections and of all that with the UN. I'm not sure why. I see. I got to get rid of that notification. Okay, so that was cool. And then this is that's still at Fuji,
right?
Yeah.
This is as we're getting ready to do our big U-Day concert. Lots of music, so we had a lot of musicians because music has the power to heal.
That's actually what I used for the thumbnail. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so I'm going to skip it. So I'm going to
see all those peace poles? Look on them in that picture.
Oh, yeah.
All those peace poles. See all those peace poles right there? Every single one of those peace poles is planted for a specific country, and each one of those countries is listed on that placard. And so there's like 193 countries that are, and as you can see, they go on the other side too. You can see them off in the distance on that right-hand side there. And in every language, may peace prevail on earth is on the peace pole. I actually have, and I can't believe I don't have it with me, but I have my own peace pole that was sent to me by Fumi, and it's a traveling peace pole. It's a peace pole that I can bring with me to events and things like that. So I have a traveling peace pole. There are peace poles that are planted. There are over 400,000 peace poles planted all over the world, activating peace, and we look at those as acupuncture points for peace all over the planet. 400,000. I just want you to think about that. There are people all over and this is just one initiative, May Peace Prevail on Earth. There are other organizations that plant peace poles too, so you'll see different types of peace poles. However, May Peace Prevail on Earth, the Goy Foundation, they are the ones who actually started. They're the original organization that started shortly after the war. So this organization is about 80 years old. And it was a direct response to Hiroshima. May there never ever be another nuclear war again. And we can understand the importance of this plea. As we right now are facing war all over our planet, and the possible threat of nuclear detonation, no time like the present. I mean, it's hard to believe that after 80 years we're still having this conversation, that we still have to be talking about the abolishing of nuclear weapons, right? Help create a world free of nuclear weapons. This is the nuclear prayer. This is a prayer that is said all over the world, and especially on August the 6th, which is the anniversary date of Hiroshima. Nuclear Prayer Day. You can unite with people all over the world and pray for the abolition of nuclear weapons all over the planet. Here is another initiative. This is another way that you can get involved. You could say this prayer every day. There are ways, that we can make a difference. Right? We don't have to be the leads of big organizations. Although if that's what we've come here to do, then do that. Right? But if you're just somebody and you're just wanting to make an impact on the world, say this prayer every day. Say the nuclear prayer. You can get it at voicesuri.org.
And
Right.
maybe Google it. I'm not sure if I haven't tried that. But so this photo here, those peace poles were just on the walkway up to this field, the field we showed you earlier with the people cheering us when we walked out there. But that field is surrounded by like 193 flags of all
Every country.
every country, and people are just filling that field. And so I just want to show a little video clip. Kristen Hoffman, I believe, is singing a song, and everyone's waving various flags, and this is a very cool thing. So hang on a second. Let me see if I can handle all this multimedia stuff. Where are we at here? Here we go. Let's watch this. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. So see all those people sitting out there in the sun?
Yeah, they were out there a long time.
That was the Japanese. So this foundation, they have peace warriors, and they're just everyday people like you and me. And they come up there for all of the events. They sit in the hot, blazing sun. They sat for hours in the sun. We were underneath a canopy. And we had chairs that we were sitting on. They were sitting on the ground. They were sitting in the sun, and they sat there for the entire length. There's something about, what is it that we're willing to sacrifice for peace? How is it that we're willing to do the uncomfortable thing for peace? What are the ways in which we can show up to make a statement, to stand for peace? And I want you to know that most of those people weren't in their 20s and 30s. They weren't. Most of the people that you saw in the field were our age, older, some older, standing and valuing, may peace prevail on earth, valuing the message of the Goy Foundation, valuing, their part, their significant part that they play, their role in peace on earth. And we all have a role that we can play. One of the most amazing things that we can do is live a peaceful life. Be peace. Peace worldwide starts from inside. You know, that was a very catchy phrase from, who were those guys that sang the
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't think of their names.
I can't think of their name either.
Worldwide starts
That's
from inside. It's a
yeah.
song. Yeah.
Great song.
So we went from Mount Fuji to Hiroshima, and we took 2 different bullet trains. I don't have any video inside of the bullet train. That was pretty. That was a whole ordeal getting 51 people plus luggage on and off a bullet train with a short stop. It was quite an endeavor. We had to work together to make that happen. But I'm going to show you a little video that I took while we were waiting of a bullet train that came by. This is to show you what they are. Pretty cool, huh? So
I think they go at like 177 miles an hour.
pretty, but you can't tell inside. Like when it accelerates, you really
No.
can't tell how fast you're going. It's pretty amazing. So we did that, and then we ended up in Hiroshima. That was a half a day of travel there to get down south. This is a photo I took. There was like a park across the street from the hotel where we stayed at in Hiroshima. I took a walk, and there's some sort of a temple there, surrounded by water. So that was a lovely little place there. And let's see what else we got here. This is like a concert that happened. That was me sitting in the crowd there while Pooki was off doing something. Pooki stayed pretty busy during this show. You performed a couple times.
There's Angelica.
Yeah.
And Kim and
Kimberly and
Amelia
Diego.
and Kim and yeah, 2 Kims, both Kims and Diego and
Daniela. Or
Danalia.
Danalia, that's it. Yeah.
And John.
Yep. This is also
Mendahi.
Yeah, who are these folks?
Uncle
Yeah.
Shane and Angelica.
Shane's the didgeridoo player.
Uh-huh.
And Mendahi is from Mexico.
Mexico, yes.
And Angelica.
Came with powerful prayers. The indigenous really held it down.
Yeah.
It was really powerful. Ecuador.
These aren't part of our delegate, but Pooki had a photo with these girls.
Oh my goodness! These are youth volunteers for peace. Youth peace volunteers.
So they give free tours of the
They
of the
give
park.
free
Yeah.
tours of the park. They help people understand what actually happened. It was so amazing. I just wanted to talk to them, so they just give you a little explanation of peace. They're peace ambassadors, and so it was great to see the youth, right, embracing this message of peace, right? Because sometimes when we attend these peace rallies, we turn around and we look, and it's a lot of people that are our age, in our 60s and 70s, and it's so great to see the youth embracing, because really the youth have to embrace peace. We have to be able to turn this planet over in a better way. So it was beautiful to be with these girls. Yeah, I had to have this photo. It was so awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, look at these girls. It's so fantastic.
We'll acknowledge a couple people who've joined us. Corazon has joined us.
Hi, Mount Shasta's in the house. More
Brand-
mountains.
Brandy and Candy, our friend locally.
Yeah,
is
hi,
here
Candy.
as well.
I'll see Candy later this week.
Very cool. Let's see where we are. Okay, so this is interesting. Let me just explain this before I so in Hiroshima they
God.
have an entire park and museum dedicated to the bomb. But instead of calling it like the Hiroshima War Memorial or whatever, no, they call it a Peace Memorial and a Peace Museum. I think this is the Peace Museum. Is it called?
Yes.
And so they put a focus on peace.
Absolutely.
And it's a beautiful grounds that they've really developed. However, there's one building that they have preserved that hasn't been touched since the bomb, and I think is it the A-bomb dome or something. It's just a photo of it, and they keep it right in the middle of the park there, so as a reminder of the devastation that can happen something like that. Not sure. And this is all pretty close to Ground Zero, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk around this building and just see. It's a reminder of the devastation and what we want to avoid. But I thought that was interesting. I think it was I read the sign there. It was controversial. I think when some people wanted to keep it at least one building, intact, and others didn't want to. But I thought that was an interesting.
Well, this is a very powerful statement.
Mm-hmm.
There were many. Hiroshima was actually probably the most difficult place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were actually standing in a place that had complete devastation in one holy second. You went from a beautiful, thriving city to absolute devastation beyond recognition. The fact that trees actually survived that, and they are honored and they're marked in the park.
Mm-hmm.
So there are still witnesses that are present who remember who were there.
And we missed a talk by a survivor. She was like in her 80s or something. She was like 6 years old and in school. We didn't catch her, but I've heard
She was the only survivor of her classroom. Her entire classroom died that day.
Yeah, she walked home from the.
And she was actually able to walk home unscathed. And the fact that she's still even alive today is an absolute miracle. That, because so many people died later after the bomb from complications from cancer and things like that. So many people. They say that it was between 1941 and 1945, 140,000 people died from the effects of that bomb. To go into, because we had tickets to go into the museum. To go into the museum and have the stories, so it went from being like a global event that happened, like in your storybooks, your history books, Hiroshima, August the 6th. But it went from that story to a very personal story where they had people and their lives and the story of their lives and who they were. And maybe even some of their clothing that they were wearing when they were found. There were many relics that were able to be preserved. Lots of clothing, stories of children, photographs, a lot of the documentation. It was very, very, to go through the museum was extremely difficult. I can't even imagine what it would be like to actually be there. But it really brought me very close and up front. And it really impressed upon me. I think that everyone needs to go to Hiroshima and go through that museum. Because it will definitely change how you feel about war, about bombs, about violence perpetrated against people. And the sad thing is that it's still happening today.
on our planet. That these atrocities are still happening. Even as we were there were more bombs that were being dropped on our beautiful Mother Earth that were taking the lives of people. Even as we were voyaging, pilgriming across Japan, there were still bombs that were being released and people's lives being lost. And still the atrocity of war. And so I think it's really important that we understand what this is. It's really important to go and visit these places. It's really important to remember. So many times we want to just shove things under the carpet, pretend, like, oh, that's too uncomfortable for me. Oh, I don't want to feel that. Oh, that didn't happen to me. Oh, don't do it. Because it's this response to what's happening in the world that's going to change it. So you can turn a blind eye. You can say that it's happening to somebody else, that it's not happening to you. But it is happening to you because we're all connected and we're all family. We're all deeply connected. And it is happening to you. What's happening on the other side of the planet is happening to you. And so pray for peace. Prayers and intentions, they're powerful. Don't let anybody tell you that bullshit. Prayers and intentions, that's bullshit. Prayers and intentions are extremely powerful. There are some people that have come on this planet just to do that, just to pray. That's it. That's all they're here to do. Honor them. Honor them. There are people that have come to do something active in the world. They're here to push it forward, to move it forward. They're activists. Honor them. They're two different. They're fighting for the same things, or their vision. They're holding the vision for the same things. They're just operating in two different ways of doing it. Everybody is valued. Everybody is needed. Everybody is significant. All right. Do we have more pictures?
I'm going to show one more photo, and then I have a suggestion how we should wrap things up. So this was a photo that was taken before we left the park, and it's basically our delegation, but a lot of the local Japanese people who were involved in.
May peace prevail on Earth, and
they all joined us, like a big group photo. That are you in there, or maybe not?
I'm sure I'm in there.
You're probably I stayed out to take the photo, but
I'm right in the middle, babe.
Oh, there you are.
And peace pole's coming out of my head.
Peace pole's coming out of your
Anyhow, head. I want to take your attention to this mandala that's on the ground there. Mm-hmm. So what that is prayers in every language. In a very circular motion, may peace prevail on earth in every language in the world. And handwritten thousands and thousands and thousands of times. These are prayers for peace. This is so important, Like, it all matters. It all matters.
So I am going to suggest that we wait till next week to share the Yokohama stuff. It's just, we're already almost at 90 minutes. And so I think we should just end with your hula. I think that would be an appropriate thing. Because Yokohama is a lot more lighthearted. And
I'm going to show this.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Sorry. Those are all words, right?
Those are all may peace prevail on earth. Handwritten in this tiny little, these are meditations. All right. Hiroshima World Peace Flag Ceremony. All right. This is peace. How can you create more peace in your life? This is an important topic. This is a little different than our other Sundays.
Yeah.
However, it's really important.
So next week we're going to show you, our last 2 days in Yokohama, which was kind of like we were on our own. It was after the peace thing. It was just mostly for recreation and fun. And we rode I have a video. There was a Ferris wheel there that I had no intention of riding, and then this family that Pooki knows took us to the airport, took us on it. So, but I'll just save that for next Sunday, and some of our experiences there. What you got?
So then this is our book. These are some of these were our delegates. All right, there I am. Dot Maver, Pat McCabe. Very, very. I mean, these are the bigwigs. These are the people that are famous in my world. Right? These are the people that I geek out over meeting. You probably don't know who any of them are. Right? Matea and Shayla. Oh my gosh. And Bear. I got to, for me say, let me just say, it is just, there's Bob Baker.
There you go.
Pato Banton. Right. So, what an honor. What an honor. Thank you, babe, for traveling with me.
You mentioned Pato Banton, who we met before in L.A. a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot more about him on this trip, and basically stalked him online. But Pato back in the 90s, he had like a #1 hit on the UK charts for the song that he put out in like in 94. In the late 90s, he actually collaborated with Sting on some songs, and he toured with Peter Gabriel. But his whole mission, he's like kind of a reggae rap-ish type of artist, and all his songs now are all about peace and love and this kind of similar themes that we do. So we're going to end instead of our normal dance party. This is okay. You're going to talk about that?
No, I'm just.
No one can hear you. Okay, all right.
I'm just letting them see it. Bob has one too.
They can't hear you because you're not on the mic. So that's a T-shirt. May peace prevail on earth. So Pooki, but we're going to go back to that park with all the world flags there at the base of Mount Fuji, and Pooki danced a hula to a recording. I've got a great video of. And can you explain like the significance of this for you? Because you've got some family. There's like history there. There's family connections to.
So
Japan.
Hawaii and Japan. Oh my gosh, his nails are just too much.
Sit down. Sit.
He's
So
got
just
some
set this
nails.
up, and we're going to end with this hula.
All right.
Yeah.
So Hawaii and Japan have a very unique relationship, and as much as Japan bombed Hawaii, and I don't know that we bombed. I don't know, but Japan bombed Hawaii, and then the United States bombed Japan. So we have this very unique relationship, and there's a lot of forgiveness, a lot of aloha. Right, and the Japanese people actually love the Hawaiian people and love the Hawaiian culture, and so there's been a huge ho'oponopono that's happened between both nations since the bomb, and so there's a great love and adoration for the Japanese people that the Hawaiians have, and the same goes for the Japanese honoring and loving the Hawaiians. So this was a very powerful moment to be there celebrating peace and to be dancing at the foot of Mount Fuji at the Goi Foundation, May Peace Prevail on Earth. My family was actually on Oahu on the day of the bomb. My grandfather was downtown, and my mother and my grandmother were at home. So my grandfather was actually separated at the time of impact. So there was a moment or two where they didn't know where he was. And but my grandfather survived. He was not one of the ones that were taken in that bombing.
So
You're talking about Pearl Harbor.
Yep,
right? Okay,
Pearl
okay.
Harbor.
Okay, not Hiroshima. Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
when Pearl Harbor happened. So so my family, my mother was just born. I think she was like maybe about 9 months old. So she was baby at the time that it happened, but my family was on the island. So it was a beautiful opportunity for me to acknowledge the oneness of us all, and that forgiveness and healing can happen. And I had the opportunity to dance Mele Ohana, which is a song from my family, and acknowledging all people on this beautiful Mother Earth as my family. So.
All right, let's watch this, and we'll come back to saying so long afterwards. This is beautiful. There's some wind, so you're going to hear some wind audio, but just watch just keep that all in mind.
And I want to thank Cindy Nichols for teaching me this hula at the villages. It was a perfect hula for me to dance at this time.
Here it is. There you go. What do you think watching that back,
Well,
Pooki?
What a moment, right? To honor my mother and my grandmother in that way, to bring the tradition of my hula to that island. My mother and my grandmother and my grandfather lived in Japan from the time that my mom was 7 till she was 18. So, or 15, I should say, 8 years. So my mom lived in Japan. She loved the Japanese people. So, yeah. So, wow, what a journey.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to share everything that was offered. I'm still in process of really taking in everything that happened, you know, and how it's so important that we come together. And I want you to know that there are really powerful things that are happening all over the world, and that you can align with peace, and that you can align with visionaries all over the world who are holding this vision. You know, go to Unity Earth, unity.earth. Sign up, get on our email list, find out ways that you can participate. There's always opportunities for you to make a contribution, to throw your hat into the ring. If you have something that you'd like to ignite into the peace realm, you know, great. If you just want to come and volunteer and add your energy to something that's already being created, you know, you can make a difference. You matter. And there's just so many opportunities. So don't be sitting around complaining about how the world isn't working for you. Don't do it. Don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you want. Focus on peace. Focus on humanity healing. Focus on love rising. Focus on all the beautiful things. Focus on that. Yes, all these things are happening in the world. Yes, they are. But our response to that is what is the answer to all of this? That's what we have to be looking at. We have to be providing answers for all of this. Right? And how is it that we can show up and be ambassadors for peace? All of you can. Just start being peace on the inside. Start living the essence of peace. Start walking the earth in a peaceful way.
Lisa just put in the chat there a link to Unity Earth, and it's actually unity.earth.
Yep, unity.earth.
And they can go there and get on the email list.
Get on our
you get
email list.
Notices about the Zoom calls.
All
and
kinds
all that.
of things.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of. We have events that are happening all the time. Because we're just this big umbrella. We're a big umbrella. And all the little and big, all the everything under the umbrella, right? And so, but this is a place where if you've got an organization or you're wanting to create something, this is definitely a place where you can get some traction and get started, right? And so there's lots of opportunities. There's tons of stuff, man. Tons of opportunities. There's all kinds of things. Just get your nose in there. You'll find
right.
it. You'll find it.
Maybe you'll see Pooki and I on a Wednesday call.
Yeah.
Too. All right. Well, let's wrap things up. We'll come back with some other, next Sunday again with sharing a few things that we weren't able to, and Bob's Comedy Corner will return then. But I think we're complete here. I had some airline flying jokes, but
they'll still be funny.
Yeah,
next week.
those are good year round.
Yeah.
All right. So take care, folks.
Love you guys.
Wish us luck on recuperating from our jet lag.
Hey, and if you want to get into next week will be a little bit better, but get into the chat and put in some of your ideas or your suggestions for ways that you can make a contribution to peace on our planet.
Absolutely.
Right? How can you choose peace? What are some of the things that you can do? Let's just get this conversation started, right? Because I want you to know that it's happening all around the world. People are praying for peace. It's important. Somebody asked, what are we praying to? We're praying to the infinite intelligence, the divine essence that knows all, right? We're praying to whatever it is that anyone prays to.
And I think it's up to each individual to decide how they pray and who they pray to. If it's to something
Right.
or just praying in general, we're not going to dictate how you pray. It's up to you. So
Right.
so make your own choice about that, and we will trust that you'll make the right decision.
Everybody gets to do it their own way.
That's right.
Everybody does.
All
Isn't
right.
that? There's no one way to do it. I
Abs-
don't care what they all say. There's no
Absolutely
one
not.
way. It's just many different ways. So go be the unique, dynamic, magnificent being that you are, and let your love light shine, and let peace reign supreme. And we can do this. We're gonna do it together.
Perfect words to end on. Have a great day. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. Love you all. So long for now.
Peace. You know.